All right, here we go again. So I'm listening to NPR and I'm hearing this story about Mississippi gubernatorial candidate who didn't allow a female reporter to follow him around because so she wanted to follow him and he said, bring along a male colleague because I don't want to be alone with a female. I got this policy like Mike Pence, also called the Billy Graham policy. And if you think about it, it's a fairly rational policy normally. 20 years ago, it was a fairly rational policy. Back then, it was just, hey, I don't want people to think that anything is going on that isn't actually happening. Of course, the reporter is claiming, oh, that's sexist. And in her interview with NPR, of course, NPR interviews the reporter. We don't hear anything from the governor, gubernatorial candidate about it. But in the reporter's interview with NPR, and I just can't get over the masturbatorial circle jerk there between the press interviewing the press about the press and what the press is about the press. But whatever. So again, in NPR's interview with the reporter, they ask softball questions as you would expect, just set, spike, and all that normal stomach churning bullshit. They ask her, well, do you know of any female candidate that has a similar rule? To which, of course, she replied that no, she doesn't know of any such similar rule, but that sort of rule is somewhat rare among male candidates. Now, moreover, do you know of any female candidate who's been accused of sexual impropriety? No, the hashtag #MeToo movement is an assault on men. And don't get me wrong, because people are going to say, well, he's saying that sexual assault doesn't exist. Well, no, it does exist, and sexual harassment does exist. And I'm sure it's a lot more popular, a lot more common among men than it is among women. And I'm sure it's a lot more common among powerful men than it is among regular folk. If for no other reason than because they're exposed to a lot more people, but then on top of that, they feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want. So here's the problem. Not all of those reports are accurate. If you want to protect yourself from inaccurate reports, and to some extent, protect a female from thinking she was abused when she wasn't, don't be alone with them, ever. If I was in a position like that, that would probably be my policy. It's just the safest things. You know what? In this day and age, I can't ever be alone with a female. As a matter of fact, if I was a political candidate, I would probably want video recording just all the time if I'm ever in public, if I'm ever in contact with anyone. I don't know if you saw today so there was a person a campaign staffer who accused Trump of sexually assaulting her, of forcefully kissing her or whatever. The video of that came out today. Thankfully, there was a video. And if you follow this channel much, you know that I'm not exactly a Trump cheerleader. I voted for him. More accurately, I voted against Hillary. But Trump is a ripe target for that sort of thing because he's, really abrasive. And this video came out today, and holy shit, there's nothing going on there. He appeared to have never held her hand as she claimed, that he placed both his hands on her shoulders and did the European kiss move thing where you kind of turn his lips were fully turned away from her cheek, that the only part of his body that touched her was his hands on her shoulders and the edge of his chin on her cheek. Like his way over. Clearly not even fucking close to what she claimed. And yet her lawyers have the audacity to look at that video and claim that it supports the bullshit she said. So yeah, I don't blame him for not wanting to be the gubernatorial candidate in Mississippi or any other political candidate. I don't blame them for not wanting to be alone with a female. What do you think? If you were a candidate, if you were a person in the public eye, would you be willing to be alone? I probably wouldn't want to be alone with anyone except my wife and kids, because somebody's going to claim I said something that I didn't. Somebody's going to take things out of context. Somebody's going to make a bold-faced lie about what happened. Well, thanks for listening to another rant. If you guys want to help support the channel and whatnot, you can leave super comments in these rants, but because I'm driving, I don't exactly have the ability to read through comments and respond to them. I do usually try to go back through the comment replay and address them in the comments below the video, the after the fact comments, because they're kind of separated. But that's something you can do. So shaking that little tip jar. Have a good day. It's so fucking hot. I love you.